In St. Catharines, the FirstOntario Performing Arts Centre announced their upcoming season last week. Sara Palmieri visits the source. Sara, drama, dance, comedy, you've got theatre, you've got a little bit of circus going on. Pretty much something for everybody this year.
That's really the key, you know. In putting together the season, we think about everyone. We also think about really great acts and artists that have had work in progress for many years and on hold. But part of being a presenter is curating a season, right? That makes us a bit different from a promoter or a roadhouse where artists kind of tour across the country and they have a promoter looking after them. So it's really important for us to put together something for everyone that really represents the world, the times we live in, that celebrates really amazing Canadian artists as well. I'm pretty excited. It felt a bit surreal.
Speaking of amazing Canadian artists, Tom Cochrane, you've got Bachman and Bachman, Randy and his son Tal, which is that's a great bill. You've got some great Canadian talent. Big Wreck is back together, and they're doing a show. Fantastic. Who else on the Canadian side of things?
Sure. So the Tenors, it'll be their first appearance in our season. Serena Ryder, who most of the community knows, helped us open the facility back in November of 2020.
I was there.
2015.
I remember it
2015.
Clearly. She had the flying V guitar.
Oh yeah. And then, you know, I think it's really exciting that we have Blackie and the Rodeo Kings coming. Tom Wilson has been at the venue in our season and with Celebration of Nations many times, and was actually there on Tuesday, June 21st for Indigenous Solidarity Day celebrations, but Blackie and the Rodeo Kings have never performed.
That's Stephen Fearing and Colin Linden joining us.
Classic and amazing artists, and they're joined on that bill with Digging Roots, who's performed in our season, an incredible, you know, edgy kind of pop contemporary folk group, Indigenous artists, and it's really a great bill. I could go on and on about the Canadian acts coming through. Amazing Canadian comedians like Sean Majumder, Ali Hassan, who is, you know, some know from his role as a chef and on the Food Network and on the CBC, but also has a really great show just talking about his life and his experience kind of in that transition. We go so far as to have artists like, well, Serena Ryder I mentioned, Gowan's coming back, classic Gowan, really rocking out. And I think one of the ones I'm excited about for the fall is William Prince. And if you don't know William Prince, you got to dig into that.
He's fantastic.
He is fantastic. He's kind of like the pick, right? It's like, which is my favorite show? What show am I looking forward to? I have to say maybe which one a month. So my November pick is William Prince.
September, it opens up really. I know we're going to talk about what's happening this summer on the street.
Yeah.
But really the season begins in September with Celebration of Nations.
Yeah, it is. It's really exciting that we're, you know, the past 2 years, first year of the pandemic, we did it completely virtual, which really opened that gathering to the world. We had viewership online from across the world, which was fantastic. Last year we did a hybrid version, so we still continued with the virtual and live model. This year we're going hybrid, but we're really going back to a more fulsome experience that will bring the community together to celebrate Indigenous arts, culture, and heritage from all nations. And we are so excited that Buffy St. Marie is going to be coming back. She was at our first gathering. Buffy doesn't play that much anymore.
No.
She's a legend. She's an icon. And it was just kind of a coup that we were able to get her. She's going to be at the National Arts Centre a week after to receive a Lifetime Achievement Award and to honor the work that she's done, and it just timing kind of worked out. So Celebration of Nations is back. It's going to be incredible, and it really truly is the opening of our season.
And later on in the season, you have another Celebration of Nations Indigenous showcase.
Yeah, so we kind of have been working with Michelle Elise Burnett, who's our artistic director of Celebration of Nations and does a lot of work in many different realms throughout the community about really highlighting Indigenous singer-songwriters and focusing back into the story and the song. So we did a production, and I know she was on here talking to you about that back in April. So we're going to do 2 iterations again, one in the fall and one in the spring. And the spring one will actually also feature an incredible group called Twin Flames. It's a husband and wife duo. They really kind of meld between Indigenous, traditional and contemporary. And they were with us, I believe, at our first Gord Downey Legacy show when we first did that as well, which is also back in our season. Yeah.
Whalers are finally coming. This one had been postponed a couple of times. You've got Robert Cray and, honestly, Ricky Skaggs and Kentucky Thunder. That's amazing.
Like the picking on that show, the legends on that show, like I can't overstate the amount of iconic musicians and artists coming through. And I will say, like in downtown Little St. Catharines, but kind of, you know, what we've been kind of known for, and we have relationships with artists and agents. They want to play those beautiful halls at the FirstOntario Performing Arts Centre. So it's super exciting that, you know, artists like Ricky Skaggs is coming through.
I don't remember him coming to the Niagara region ever.
He played Centre for the Arts at Brock University.
He did?
Yeah.
When was that?
Oh, I would be aging myself. I would have to say in the early 2000s.
I did not remember that because he's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people. And, you know, as you know, and hopefully most of Niagara knows, the venues are beautiful, right? They're super intimate. Partridge Hall is 780 seats, but it doesn't feel big.
No.
The acoustics are incredible. It's a really great place to feel like you're getting up close and personal with those artists. And then we have other incredible venues there too, which also makes us unique, right?
Let's talk about the summer, because I know there's some things happening on the street in the summer before the season kicks off.
Yeah, so you know, last summer and the summer before, we were kind of trying some different uses of the backyard. And last summer we partnered with Matter of Black and Black 0905 to really dig in our second year of bringing Emancipation Day in St. Catharines back to life. So following their lead, supporting their work. And so we had a really great performance from, you know, LMT Connection. We all know legends, funk legends in Niagara. And so in looking at what the summer may bring, that was quite successful. The Downtown Association, they closed the streets. They're welcoming people back. They're, you know, working with restaurants to kick out their patios. So we thought, why not take it to the streets and do a series of free concerts on Saturdays in July and August to really support that community coming back together, to maybe bring down people that haven't been to the Performing Arts Centre to experience what we're doing. So we're doing a free series.
It starts with Jeremy Fisher and a show for the kids.
Yeah, so that on July 9th is our first one, and Jeremy Fisher has a project called Jeremy Fisher Jr. Jeremy Fisher is just an incredible singer-songwriter, but focused in a little bit more on writing tunes for kids. And he's paired up with Brooks and Bowskill, who are they were part of our pairing series that we did back in the fall. They're kind of harken to a bit of old time country. So it's a duo, Brittany Brooks, who was in Niagara for a long time, is an incredible artist, and Jimmy Bowskill. And Jimmy
from Blue Rodeo,
the Sheepdogs. He works with Greg Keeler. He has his own producing company as well, and that's magical. It's so magical. You're hearing something that feels so nostalgic, but feels really of the times, and it's going to be a beautiful double bill. And then we go Saturdays on from there. We have Ocan, who was at our season launch, incredible Afro-Cuban female-led group. We're working with the TD Niagara Jazz Festival, and they're bringing a band called the Big Smoke Brass Band out of Toronto, really kind of focusing in on that upbeat dance party. And then for Emancipation Day, we're bringing Shad, who's an incredible hip-hop artist. So he'll be doing a free concert. And the list goes on. We have Shawnee Kish, who is a Juno-nominated singer-songwriter, Indigenous singer-songwriter, originally kind of based in Welland, but now is in Alberta. There's a lot of great opportunity, and we'll have local artists on the bill as well. But it's important to, you know, like lean into that notion of experiencing something that you might not be familiar with, but is on larger stages. And then all the while, not only will we have the concerts in the front on Saturdays, we're going to have fresh air flicks in the backyard. So we're going to have free film screenings in the backyard as well, so people can come downtown, check out a bit of great music, go get some dinner, support local.
Sara, we're glad you came to talk about this today. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks, Mike.